Welcome back to our virtual Dominion Energy Jazz Cafe. This evening, we're in for a night of classic jazz with just a touch of spice, featuring the Triple Crossing Jazz Project.
Blue sky smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Blue birds singing a song, nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my how they fly. Oh, blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies from now on. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love.
Hey, and good evening, all of you out there. We are the Triple Crossing Jazz Project. Happy to be here with you tonight and being able to play in this wonderful place. We've had so many great memories playing on Thursday nights at the VMFA. It's just a shame we can't have all of you in this room with us and feeling that energy like we normally do on Thursday nights. But hey, we're doing this together, and we're going to provide some swinging classic jazz. So maybe you want to dance at home. It's quite all right to do that. Make sure you're doing that with us, all right? And share this with a couple of friends, too, if you don't mind, who need a little pick-me-up. But we are going to keep swinging some great classic jazz for you. We've got Miss Victoria Myers at the microphone tonight, and we're going to keep things going. That was a little Blue Skies for you, Ella style. That was a 1926 tune originally from Irving Berlin. Now we're going to go into Almost Like Being in Love. Enjoy.
What a rare mood I'm in, and it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race, and it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing when the bell starts to peal. I would swear I was falling. I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love.
Oh, you don't say. What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for that whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music in life seems to be like a bell that keeps ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling. I could swear I was falling. Why, it's almost like being in love. We've got Ayinde Williams on the piano.
When
Almost. So, not quite in love, but almost like being in love. Great, great tune for you. Next up, Miss Victoria is going to sing a tune about them, their eyes. This one was made popular by a Virginia native, Miss Ella Fitzgerald, as well. So enjoy them, their eyes.
With you first time I looked into them their eyes, and you have a certain little cute way of flirting with them their eyes.
Oh yeah?
They make me feel happy, they make me blue. I'm falling, no stalling, falling in a big way for sweet little you. My heart is jumping, you sure started something with them their eyes. You'd better watch out if you're wise. They sparkle, they bubble, they're gonna get you in a whole lot of trouble. You're overworking them, there's danger lurking in them, their eyes. First time I looked into them, their eyes, and you have a certain little cute way of flirting with them, their eyes. They make me feel happy, they make me blue. I'm falling, no stalling, falling in a big way for sweet little you. My heart is jumping, you sure started something with them, their eyes. You better watch out if you're they sparkle, oh, they bubble. They're gonna get you in a whole lot of trouble. You're overworking them, there's danger lurking in them, their eyes.
Oh, you better watch out. Those eyes will get you every time. That was actually originally published in 1930, and that was published by the same composer who wrote Sweet Georgia Brown, believe it or not, Maceo Pinkard. So, great tune for you, Them Their Eyes. Now we're going to swing things up by a tune that was a popular tune that became a popular standard because the King Cole Trio used it as one of their songs coming out as a trio, and it just went gangbusters. So it's a great tune. It was actually written in the 40s, and this one helped bring the King Cole Trio into fame. It's called Straighten Up and Fly Right. One, two, one, two.
A buzzer took a monkey for a ride in the air. The monkey thought that everything was on the square. The buzzer tried to throw the monkey off his back, but the monkey grabbed his neck and said, "Now listen, Jack.
Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Go down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in jiving. What's the use in jiving? Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top.
The buzzer told the monkey, "You are choking me. Release my hold and I will set you free." The monkey looked the buzzer straight dead in the eye and said, "Your story's so touching, but it sounds just like a lie."
Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top.
For a ride in the air, the monkey thought that everything was on the square. The buzzer tried to throw the monkey off his back, but the monkey grabbed his neck and said, "Now listen, Jack. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Ain't no use in diving. What's the use in jiving? Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top." The buzzer told the monkey, "You are choking me. Release your hold and I will set you free." The monkey looked the buzzard right dead in the eye and said, "Your story's so touching, but it sounds just like a lie." Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top. Straighten up and fly right. Straighten up and stay right. Straighten up and fly right. Cool down, Papa, don't you blow your top.
Ah, yes, the King Cole Trio. Great, great group. Straighten up and fly right. What a great tune. Next up, we're going to do things a little bit different. Instead of our usual swing, we're going to Latin things up a little bit for you. This is a great bossa nova. It's called Agua de Beber. Miss Victoria Myers is going to treat us with a little Portuguese for you tonight. So we hope you enjoy. This, of course, was made popular in the 60s. And go ahead and, if your hips don't lie, go ahead and shake it a little bit with us tonight, all right? Here we go.
a minha causa vive eterna. Abri todas as portas, meu coração. Água de beber, água de beber, camarada. Água de beber, água de beber, camarada.
There you have it. Hopefully you were shaking and moving with us too. I mean, it's hard to stand still with that kind of music, so we hope you're doing that at home. So make sure you're tuning in, and hey, guess what, folks? One of these days we're going to be able to do it together again, in person and live. And so we're hoping that you are continuing to support local businesses as well as live music and those places that offer live music. It's just a great support to musicians everywhere here in RVA. So make sure you're continuing to do that in any way that you can. We are just thrilled to be here with the crew at the VMFA, and even though we're playing to nobody in the stands, but we do have the crew here enjoying the music with us. And so we're going to do one more for you for this set, and we are going to just keep it swinging with another great tune. This tune is Route 66, and so if you ever need a good way to go out west, make sure you do that. Or you can just take 64 if you're just going to the west end, so make sure you do that too. But here we go, little Route 66, enjoy.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, it's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now it winds from Chicago to LA, more than 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. Now you can go through St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City looks mighty, mighty pretty. Hello, girl, up New Mexico, Black Steel, Arizona. Don't forget Winona, Kingman, Fausto, San Bernardino. Won't you get hip to this timely tip? When you make and yank that California trip, baby, get your kicks on Route 66. Baby, get your kicks on Route 66. Baby, get your kicks on Route 66.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, indeed. I'm going to get some kicks on Route 66.
Get your kicks.
I'm going to aquas you. I'm going to do all those things you said. Way to bring in spring tonight.
Indeed.
Thank you so much. It's time for a break, Jay.
Yes.
Conversation over here, sir.
All right, let's do it.
You guys sit down.
Thank you so much.
Jay, thank you so much for the first set. Triple Crossing Jazz Project in the house tonight. Before we get in on our conversation, would you take just a few moments to describe yourself in your own words?
Sure thing. Happy to. Again, my name is Jay Brown. I am not a Richmond native. I am a Navy brat. I've been all over the place, but I do call Fredericksburg, Virginia, my home, just because I've been there the longest. And I love classic jazz. Classic jazz music is one of my passions. I, again, throw that term around, classic jazz, but it's a lot of the earlier jazz. The band that you're going to hear tonight is Project One of Two. So we focus a lot on some great standards, popular standards, things that you'll hear in musicals and older musicals. And you're going to get some of that this evening. But also Project Number Two, the Gray Street Seven, focuses on the 1920s aspect of that music. Right. And so again, I really like some of that older style sound. And that's kind of been my mission with my group and with the friends that are in my groups to bring that sound back to Richmond. Because as I'm sure you know, jazz is alive and well here in RVA.
It sure is.
Yes, and so some of that classic sound, I think, can just be spouted out a little bit more, and so I'm trying to make that my mission.
Well, it's a great mission. I think any lover of jazz has a love for music from that era. That's where my love for jazz begins, as well as many who have sat in this chair on this program. But for you, where does your love of music begin?
Well, it began when I first heard Mr. Mancini's Pink Panther theme song.
Oh, okay, yeah, well, that'll do it.
Yes, the Pink Panther theme song. I was a young buck in third grade, and I was given a choice to pick a musical instrument to play. And this is what kind of catapulted me into the jazz world, because I did hear Henry Mancini's Pink Panther theme song on record, that wonderful tenor sax solo. And it was a toss-up between tenor sax and trombone, but as soon as I heard that, I had to do the tenor sax for sure. So got into saxophone at an early age. While most kids in elementary school were having recess on the blacktop, I was in a trailer on the blacktop with about 6 other kids trying to learn a musical instrument in third grade.
Now, I've never heard that story. I mean, I learned in school too, but I didn't have to sacrifice my recess. You must have really wanted to learn.
It was a choice. Again, being a Navy brat, we were stationed in San Diego, California, and this was the option given to the public school students at the time. And so if you wanted to get a jump start early in music, they were offering this as an aside. So instead of recess, that's what I did.
So you start in the third grade.
Yep.
By the way, Pink Panther theme song, the first jazz band I played in, I had that solo.
Oh, did you?
13 or 14 years old I must have been.
Yes.
Absolutely terrified because I loved the piece myself, and I butchered it. I was bad at it.
Oh, come on.
But I did the best I could. Didn't scare me away. I kept trying.
Good.
So you progress, you study, you perform.
Yep.
When you get to college, let's say, about to begin your life on your own, deciding on what your career might be, do you pick music?
I do not pick music as my main focus of study. Actually, it was my minor, jazz studies in general. And then I actually went to school for studio art and design. And so I did a focus more on the design aspect, graphic design. Web design kind of was coming into play at the time, but it wasn't as robust as it is now. But it did give me that great foundation to do what I am doing mostly these days as my 9 to 5. So yeah, I went to study studio art because I knew I wanted to have 9 to 5 of some sort and not make music necessarily what I have to live off of. I wanted to be able to enjoy music as an aside instead of my career. So it's just been a real blessing to be able to do that now. I've done jazz, I've done singing groups, I've done all sorts of different music things, pre-college, during college, post-college. But to be able to start your own group and be able to, just edify them a little bit more in the place that you live is just, it's been really nice to do.
I was marveling earlier that we don't know each other better, but you're in Fredericksburg. I'm going to let that
Yeah.
pretend to be the reason. But the art, the creativity, the performance that's pouring out of you has to have come from somewhere. I mean, you can't be the only artist in your family.
That is correct. I am not the only artist. I do come from a musical family as well, and the musical aspect, I do have some Filipino Asian heritage, and with that, almost everyone in that side of the family can pick up a guitar and play a song or something for you. So, they'll sing, they'll play a guitar, they'll pick up any instrument, and I grew up with that. I grew up having that, and my mom's side especially, just heavily influenced with music and listening to. Back then, they were old cassettes, but also 45s. There was some 45s lying around, and so I got introduced to Ella, I got introduced to Sinatra, Dino, you name it, even some of the big bands, and that really solidified me as a person being more of an old soul these days and loving that style of music. And so give me a good big band, and I'll dance to it.
Well,
I don't have to just play it. I'll dance to it for you.
You've got their blood in your fingers and in your voice. I'm interested in the way you learned, in the way you studied and mastered your craft. You have a very light touch on the music that I've heard so far. And you mentioned people like Ella Fitzgerald, who lightly could sing through something, but often was a very powerhouse of an entertainer. Where do you learn this very delicate, gentle approach to this jazz that loses in no way any of the power?
It's an interesting question. I've always been drawn to the smokier side of jazz, and
that's gotta be it.
the smokier side of jazz, the darker hues in some of these blues tunes where you get a good jazz blues mix. I've listened a lot to Dexter Gordon. Dexter Gordon is one that I love to listen to for some of that, he on tenor sax just kind of exudes some of that smoky jazz in some of his songs. But I know he is more on the bop and post-bop side of things, but man, he can really just soothe the soul with that tenor sax too. So I get it from that. I also get it on some of the other older tunes that I listen to, not necessarily on the saxophone side of things, but you get some of the smokier voices. Just give me a good ballad with a horn in the background too. I'll take that. Take that to the bank.
All day, Good Morning Heartache in my brain, in my mind right now. I can't get it out.
Yeah.
Talking about ballads and something with a light touch on it, man, my heart's going to explode tonight.
Yeah, well, in the second set, we've got a great smoky bluesy tune for you called Why Don't You Do Right? So that's coming up very soon.
I am looking forward to that. Man, that's going to be exciting.
It's going to be great.
Shoot, I had a question that slipped out of my mind, and it is back.
There it is.
So the musicians on stage with you tonight, how did you collect them, and how do you find best to lead groups that are sometimes together and sometimes welcoming guests?
Well, the group that you're going to see tonight are some friends. I've got a pianist, Ayinde Williams, who's not our usual pianist, but has been since COVID, just because my usual pianist just could not get out. They are just in that place where they could not be in public, just because of family reasons and stuff like that, and the pandemic. There was just not the usuals that you're going to see on stage, but Ayinde Williams is going to be on piano. I've got my good friend Kirk Jackson on bass. He's playing electric bass tonight. And then Stephan on drums is not normally with us. I usually take the load of doing drums, and you'll see some of that again on the side tonight. But for you all, for RJS and VMFA, we wanted to make sure we pulled out all the stops. And my good buddy Stephan, whom I met a while back, but he has subbed for us many times, not just in this group, but in Grace Street 7 as well, my 1920s band. And so he was the perfect fit to fill in tonight. Victoria actually auditioned for our group not too long ago. Well, it was going on a couple years back now, maybe 5 years ago. Gosh, time flies. But she auditioned for our group because she was not our original singer. Miss Heather Mays was one of our original vocalists when we first started. And so we heard her rendition of Lullaby of Birdland for her audition, and it hooked us, hook, line, and sinker. And so and she's been with the group ever since. And so she's filled in when the venue calls for us to be able to have the full group, a four-piece quartet. We'll do that. But a lot of times, especially these days during COVID, we're a trio. And you'll see us out and about, thankfully, in some of the places that are safely allowing live music to continue. So it's been nice to be able to get out again.
Well, she was a great pick. Her
Yes.
Note one,
Yeah.
her voice struck me. We're running out of time here, but I want to know how Latin jazz folds into your love for the 20s. Is it because you have so many members coming in and out to guest with you, or is there just another secret passion in your heart?
There is a little bit of that secret passion, yeah. But to backtrack and answer your previous question, organization, especially when you have so many people coming and going in the group, is the key thing. And I try my best to make sure everyone has what they need, that they're well equipped with how we do certain things, or to keep it loose enough so that if we do have a sub on piano or a sub on bass, that they don't feel like they have to get our endings exactly right, or they have to get the intro like we normally do it, because that's not keeping things flexible and fluid, which is what jazz is supposed to be, right?
I love that.
Yeah.
It's all about love.
That's
You gotta
exactly right.
love through it. If it's not fun, if it hurts, you didn't love through it right.
Yes. Now, the Latin side of things, to answer that question, living in California, been exposed to a lot of Latin culture out there. Love it, loved the music, and it did capture some of that. And when it comes to performing jazz, I think folding some of that Latin style tune into your set is only natural. And it adds that variety as well that couples so well, especially when you think about the 1960s and the jazz scene then. Latin jazz was just booming in the charts. You were hearing it on the radio, and it was folded in quite nicely with the other guys doing their thing out there as well. And it's only natural to have it in a set, and so we try to stick at least 2, maybe 3 in a night, and keep the rest of it swinging for you, though.
Well done rounding out
Yeah.
your sets and your music in that way, and for not letting us forget about the great work in that genre as well. We featured it a few times on the program, and I can't wait to be featuring it more. Well, Jay, we've run out of time for our conversation. The audience is itching for set 2. Thank you so much for one. I'm looking forward to another.
Of course. Thank you for having us. It's a great pleasure.
It won't be the last time.
All right. All right, ladies and gents, welcome back. We are the Triple Crossing Jazz Project. We are going to keep things swinging for you tonight. We hope you have a good glass of something in your hand, and maybe just a little comfy couch to sit on and relax as we do a great tune for you. Because you know what? The weather's getting warmer. And you know what that means in Virginia? It will soon be summertime. Enjoy.
So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, and you spread those wings and you take to the sky. But till that morning, there ain't nothing can harm you. With Daddy and Mama standing by. Oh, summertime, and the living is easy. The fish are jumping and the cotton's high. Your daddy's rich, your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high.
Oh, yes, ladies and gents, that's right. Summertime means a little extra humidity, unfortunately, here in Virginia. But you know what? That warmer weather does feel good, and spring is here, so we're just going to soak in spring as long as we can. Am I right? Let's do it together. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Victoria. Great rendition of Summertime. That one was actually a Gershwin piece from 1935. Little known fact, it was actually written for an opera first before it became a jazz standard. That opera, of course, was Porgy and Bess. And so if you need to go look it up, you can find a good old YouTube of it somewhere, and you can hear it in its original form as that great aria that it was, Summertime. Moving on, we're going to do a great tune. This one's called My Baby Just Cares for Me.
My baby don't care for shows. My baby don't care for clothes. My baby just cares for me. My baby don't care for cars and races. My baby just cares for hot tone places. Liz Taylor is not his style, and even Lana Turner's smile is something he just can't see. My baby don't care who knows. My baby just cares for me. My baby don't care for shows, and he don't care for clothes. He just cares for me. My baby don't care for cars and races. My baby don't care for high-tone places. Liz Taylor is not his style, and even Liberace's smile is something he just can't see. I wonder what's wrong with baby. My baby just cares for me.
Thank you so much. My baby just cares for me. Now, speaking of love and that recurring theme, you hear it a lot in jazz, especially classic jazz. My Baby Just Cares for Me was a great tune that was actually written way back in the day, but then had a great little stylized version come along by a gal by the name of Nina Simone, who took that to the stage, and I think it was actually used in a 1980s commercial, which actually brought a resurgence in Nina's career, her version of that song. So, great tune for you, and that was our kind of rendition of Nina's version of My Baby Just Cares for Me. Now, we're going to slow things down, and this is especially for our blues dancer friends out there. We're going to do a great bluesy tune for you that was actually also written much earlier, but was popular because of a gal named Peggy Lee and a great big band that came along right beside her to sing this song. So Miss Victoria is going to do her rendition of it. It's called Why Don't You Do Right?
You had plenty money in 1922. You let other women make a fool of you. Why don't you do right like some other men do? Get out of here and get me my money too. You're sitting down wondering what it's all about. If you ain't got no money, they will put you out. Why don't you do right like some other man do? Get me my money
Oh, ladies and gents, I hope you felt that one. We're feeling a little bit up here, a little sizzle for your night. Why don't you do right? Now we're going to pick things back up just a little bit. Now that your heartbeat's a little irregular, we're going to go ahead and swing things, get it back into rhythm with a great tune called Nice Work, if you can get it.
Holding hands at midnight, neath the starry sky. Nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try.
Strolling with that one girl, sigh and sigh after sigh. Nice work if you can get it, and if you get it, if you try.
Just imagine someone waiting at the cottage door.
Where two hearts become one, who could ask for anything more?
Loving one who loves you, and then taking that vow.
Nice work if you can get it, and if you get it, won't you tell me how? Hey!
Holding hands at midnight, neath the starry sky.
Okay.
It's nice work if you can get it, and you can get it if you try.
That's right. Strolling with that one girl, sigh and sigh after sigh. Nice work if you can get it, you can get it if you try.
Or just imagine someone waiting at the cottage door.
Ooh, where two hearts become one, who could ask for anything more? Yeah.
Loving one who loves you, and then taking that vow.
Nice work if you can get it, and if you get it, won't you tell me how? Nice work indeed, ladies and gents, if you can get it. Thank you so much for letting us do that. We're going to go ahead and switch over to another blues tune, but this one more of a contemporary style blues tune. I'm going to pick up the old tenor sax. Before we move on with that tune, though, let me go ahead and reintroduce the crew behind me. I've got some great friends on stage that I have the privilege to play with. And we're going to shift over. I already introduced Mr. Ayinde Williams on piano right over here. Say hi, Mr. Ayinde. There we go. And then in the back, we've got Mr. Kirkland Jackson on bass. And in the other back corner, we've got Mr. Stephan LaRue on drums, keeping it nice and steady for me so I don't have to on this side over here. Most of the time, it's great to have Stephan with us. And of course, featuring Miss Victoria Myers at the microphone for you tonight. We love playing, and whenever we can have our vocalist with us, Victoria does a fantastic job. We've had the blessing of playing at the Tobacco Company rather frequently, and so if you're enjoying what you're listening to and you're hearing this right before Friday night, Friday the 26th, we're going to be playing there. This Friday, the 26th, from 7 to 10 p.m., another great local business to support. But we also get in and around the Richmond area as well, and so we're looking forward to things slowly opening back up and then being able to play a lot more for all of you, of course, in a safe and social distanced kind of way right now. So again, thank you for supporting local business. Thank you for supporting RJS. Thank you for supporting the VMFA. Please continue to do so, for they're allowing us to do what we love to do, which is bring this style of music to you. We're going to go on with this great tune because we're named Triple Crossing after the Triple Crossing Railways. We love songs with a little choo-choo, a little song in it, and maybe a little extra big railroad. So here's some big railroad blues for you. Listen to me. Well, Mama told me and Papa done told me too, yeah. Now Mama told me and Papa done told me too. Well, shouldn't be here trying to sing in these railroad blues. Well, I wish I'd listened to what my mama said. Well, I wish I'd listened to what my mama said. Well, I wouldn't be here trying to sleep in this cold iron bed. Go ahead, throw a little dirt on it, Ayinde. Well, I went to that depot, never got there on time. Well, I went to that depot, never got there on time. Well, the train done left, it's rolling down the line, yeah. I said, Mr. Depot Edge, now don't tell me no lies. Now, Mr. Depot Edge, now don't tell me no lies. Did my train stop here? Did she go on rolling by? Watch out! Well, I feel like hollering, I feel like screaming and crying. Lord, I feel like hollering, I feel like screaming and crying. She's gone, she's gone, she's a told me and Papa done told me too. Well, Mama told me and Papa done told me too. Yeah. Oh, he's singing me's here, gonna sing in these railroad blues. Yeah. Son, you shouldn't be here, gonna sing in these railroad blues. One more time. Son, you shouldn't be here, gonna sing in these railroad blues. Big railroad blues, ladies and gents. Now, we have reached the end of our time with you. We've got just one more song, but hey, tell you what, if you promise to share this with other folks and make sure they are knowing we're still alive, we're still kicking, we're still doing our thing and playing music, we will try to do this all over again very, very soon, and maybe next time in person, all right? I can't make any promises right now, but we hope you guys are continuing to stay safe, that you're staying well, and we're going to end, like we mostly do, with a little Etta James for you tonight, a la Victoria Myers. So please enjoy this as our goodnight song to you, and a big thank you to all of you and the crew. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody, for helping us and allowing us to be here, especially the Richmond Jazz Society. Thank you so much. Here's our goodnight song for you, folks.
The skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover. The night I looked at you, I found a dream that I can speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I have never known. You smile, oh, and then the spell was cast. Oh, and here we are in heaven, for you are mine at last. speak to, a dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press your cheek to, a thrill that I've never known. Oh, yeah. You smile. Oh, and then the spell was cast. Oh, and here we are in heaven. For you are mine at
There we have it.
I am truly, truly sorry that these ever have to end. Thank you so much. Thank you so much
Pleasure.
for swinging us through the setting of the sun. For you, Allison. To those of you at home, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you, of course, as always, to the Richmond Jazz Society. Thank you to Remember Tommy Productions. Thank you to Dominion Energy. And thank you all for loving with us. Thank you for listening to us, and thank you for learning from us. Here in Virginia, from the Leslie Cheek Theater at the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts, this has been our virtual Dominion Energy Jazz Cafe. I'm Robert Fennard. Good night.